The Acolyte trailer dropped a few days ago, and although there is a mixed reaction to this trailer, Star Wars fans are left wondering one thing: who the is this new Sith?
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Some fans believe it could be Darth Plagueis or even a young Palpatine himself, when in reality it's neither of them. And the real identity of this Sith from this Acolyte trailer has been right in front of our faces the entire time. And who this really is could be alluding to something way bigger than we ever imagined the Acolyte show could bring into Star Wars canon. So let's break this down. At the end of the trailer, we see a red lightsaber flying through the forest, and it lands in what seems to be a human hand. We then see this Sith take out what looks to be 8 Jedi, all at the same time, meaning this new Sith is a very powerful Force user. But who is it? Well, to answer that, you have to understand when and where the Acolyte takes place on the Star Wars timeline. This show is around 100 years before the Phantom Menace. So long before any of the events of the Skywalker saga happen, and this is even before Palpatine is born. So is it Palpatine's master? Or even his master's master? Well, no, and no. Palpatine's master is a Mun, who goes by the name Darth Plagueis.
Do you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
And from what little we've seen from this species in canon, their hands are a lot bigger than a human hand. So clearly, this hand right here is not Darth Plagueis's. However, Darth Plagueis's master was Darth Tenebrous, and he is from the species known as Bith. And again, their hands look very different from human hands. However, although this new Sith is most likely not Plagueis or Tenebrous, it is likely that it is one of their other apprentices. Now you might be saying, Mike, I thought there was the rule of 2 where there could only be 2 Sith, a master and an apprentice, not a master and an apprentice and another apprentice. And although that is true, you have to remember in the prequel trilogy, Palpatine had multiple apprentices. From Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace to Count Dooku in Attack of the Clones to even the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith. And even Dooku in the Clone Wars had his own apprentices, from Asajj Ventress to Savage Opress. The rule of 2 was put into place so that the master would train the apprentice, and the apprentice would eventually become strong enough to overthrow the master. But if the apprentice died, then the master had to find someone else. So I believe this new Sith is the apprentice to Darth Tenebrous before Darth Plagueis came around. And not only that, but I believe that this new Sith is the main character of this show and seen throughout the entire trailer. This is May. Played by Amanda Steinberg, May will be the main character of this upcoming show. Now, I think this entire trailer was alluding to May being this Sith Lord at the end, and we all just missed it. The trailer opens up with a bunch of younglings on Coruscant, and I believe this is a flashback to when May was a youngling at the Jedi Temple, and this is her right here. She's the kid who says she sees fire. Then throughout the trailer, we see her fight multiple Jedi and holding her own because she was a former Jedi. We even hear a character in the trailer say someone is killing Jedi. And while that's being said, we see Amanda Steinberg's character coming up behind what looks to be a Jedi and attempting to kill them. But the one scene in this trailer that brings it all together, the reason that I definitely think that this new Sith at the end of the trailer is May, is this scene right here. May is looking at the back of this shadowy figure. The music playing is extremely ominous, and we are led to believe that this shadowy figure is the main threat of the entire show. Possibly Darth Tenebrous. I think this trailer is showing this story of May going from a youngling at the Jedi Temple to hunting down and killing Jedi to training in the ways of the Sith under a Sith Lord. And then by the end of the trailer, she herself has become a red lightsaber wielding Sith Lord, the apprentice to Darth Tenebrous before Darth Plagueis came around. Or, which would be even cooler, she was the apprentice of Darth Plagueis before Palpatine. And the Acolyte show could actually be leading to a young Palpatine. But as of right now, all we've seen from this new Sith Lord is their hand. And it's a human one, which is strange because before Palpatine, the last 2 Sith Lords have been aliens. So it only makes sense that this is a new Sith Lord, or at least an apprentice to one. But tell me what you think in the comment section below. Who do you think this new Sith is? Do you agree with me? Do you think it is May, or do you think it's someone else? While we wait for the Acolyte to be released, The Bad Batch is coming out right now, and I think the Big Blue Meanie Grand Admiral Thrawn will be in this 3rd season. But I explain all of that in this video right here.